Anyway, I finished Lower Decks. So, yeah, well, I mean, only 20-minute episodes, only 10 per season.
Yeah, it's I don't know. My journey in Lower Decks was like years, so it's like weird that yours is a week.
Well, yeah,
I understand the
I
math of it and how you
kind of
did it,
had
but
to wait. But
yeah,
yeah, I didn't realize it was over either. I thought there was going to be more.
yeah. I think they thought there was going to be
I
more
thought there
too.
was going to be more.
Yeah,
Jinx.
because it's a really good fucking show.
Yeah. Well, we can't have that.
So Jack Quaid's just taken over the world now, all of a sudden.
I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of neat. If you have, well, you don't have advertisements, but he does voiceovers for Paramount Plus ads now.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, if it's Paramount Plus ads, you'll still see those when you start sometime.
Well, like Survivor related, actually, there's a Yellow Jackets ad where the characters, the 90s characters from Yellow Jackets are doing Survivor stuff, and Jeff Probst is in it. And it's kind of weird and dumb. Like, it's cute the first time you see it, but because it's Paramount, you see it 15 times a day if you watch enough stuff. But yeah, Jack Quaid does the get everything, climb the mountain, or whatever it is, whatever their slogan is. Yeah,
it's like
good
watching
for him.
Sharks games on ESPN. I see the same commercial 900 times.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's turn that on in the background. The volume down.
So now that you watched the whole thing, do you still? Who's your favorite Lower Decker now?
It's still Mariner.
Okay, it's not Ransom.
I know. I was thinking maybe.
Ransom's pretty fucking great.
I was thinking about Ransom. It's because it's Jerry O'Connell. So if we just get, God damn it, what's his name? The only person from Stand By Me that's not been in Star Trek yet, Corey Feldman. If we just get him in, River Phoenix gets a pass, because he kind of died like 30 years ago.
Didn't one of the Coreys die?
Yeah, I think he died.
Oh. Well, also,
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland's never been in Star Trek, has he? And John Cusack's never been in Star Trek.
What? Kiefer wasn't in Stand By Me.
Kiefer Sutherland was in Stand By Me. He played the villain.
You say Joan Cusack?
John. He played the brother.
I haven't seen this movie.
The point is, the main four boys, anyway.
I think the dad's been on it. The dad's one of those actors.
I don't remember who that
everything. And
I'm on a computer. Why am I looking on my phone? God, it's so much easier to type on
the kid in the story who ate all that blueberry pie and threw up over everyone. He hasn't been in it.
Okay, so John Cusack is not in a Star Trek show, but he's been in Star Trek Online as a voice actor. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sure, why not? Who cares? Okay, let's get started because it's already 8:45 practically, and I would like to be in bed. I'm already in bed. I would like to be asleep. I'm very tired. Anyway, hi, hello. We actually talked a little bit about Survivor technically before we talked about Survivor. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Anyway, welcome to Out Without Play Outcast, the Survivor podcast on the Now Living Geeks Network. I am your host, Nick, and other hosts are named Brian and named Andy, and we're going to be talking about season 48, episode 6. Do the damn thing, or doing the damn thing. I can't quite remember which one, but I do know it was Star who said it in the latter half of the episode after Cedric was having himself a little breakdown.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I'm going to do the reading just because I never do the reading, and I want to do the reading. And I didn't copy and paste it into the document, so I'm going to do it real quick. Beginning with Cedric doing damage control, and it seems like Siva is back on the same page. Sai is actually talking to him again, and she isn't going to murder Mitch for voting for her. And then we merge, so it doesn't really matter. Star gives a monologue. Mary and Sai hug. Say hug. I keep doing it. Damn it. Mary and Say hug. David is leery. Everyone searches for an advantage in the next challenge, with Charity getting the first glimpse, but she's too slow and Say claims it. Everyone spends the first day bonding and sharing. Eva and Joe are still bonded and create a muscle milk alliance with Kyle, Shaheen, and David. Kyle and Camilla remain secretly bonded despite muscle milk. Siva's tentative plan is to stick together, Siva strong, and set their sights on Eva first. Charity is being a little sneak, which winds up getting her in the crosshairs of the muscle folks. Say's advantage turns out to be that she can skip the first stage of a grueling 2-part challenge and automatically gets to the feast. The first stage is really close until Cedric tanks his team on the final obstacle, giving Team Purple plenty of time to work on their puzzle, except now David and Camilla nearly tanked their team. Nearly. Surrendering a big advantage, David and Camilla eke out a win, sending them and Kyle, Chrissy, Star, and Mary to compete with Say for immunity. Chrissy is the first to fall and Kyle eventually wins. At the feast, Star opens the bidding by suggesting people vote out Chrissy. Someone suggests Eva. I forgot who it was at the time, but it was Say. Because she has an idol.
Uh-huh.
On the beach, Chrissy defers on Eva and throws out Say's name. A lot of talk ensues, and we'll get into all of that, so I'm not going to just repeat it all. But the episode ends with Charity going home and Eva's idol not being used, while Cedric catches a stray vote from Say.
I love Say voting for Cedric.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. I love that. It came out of nowhere, and it was just really funny. Like, I would love for it to be a remember how last season, I think it was, there was somebody who just realized, oh, it doesn't really matter who I vote for, so I'm just going to throw one out there to cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's something like that.
I think she's just not in tune at all.
Yeah.
Oh, was I the only one watching this thinking, what the hell did Charity do? Like, that came out of nowhere.
Well, there was an explanation from someone, and I unfortunately don't remember who. They made a really good case that they could vote for Say or they could vote for Charity. If they voted for Say, then there were 6 SIVA members and then 6 others. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If they voted for Charity, then it was 5 and 6. And so from that standpoint, I get it.
I think it was Shaheen. He was saying, like, I'm not worried. He was saying, like, I'm not worried about, Siva strong right now because I don't think they are. But, like, if there's 2 votes and all 6 Siva are still here, then I am worried about Siva strong because then it gets, it makes it easier for them to, like, just roll with it, whether or not they agree, right? If it's, like, 6 versus 4 instead of 6 versus 8. Or 7?
And it wasn't going to be Camilla or Kyle because they are sort of in the muscle. Well, Kyle's definitely in the Muscle Milk Alliance, and Camilla, they probably see her as like their 7th person. Throw her at the bottom, even though she's potentially probably near the top.
Camilla's there with Shaheen and Joe. And generational trauma.
Yeah, essentially, it wasn't going to be a lot of them. So really, the only other person it could be was her, possibly Mitch. But honestly, I feel like people just like Mitch, and if the Muscle Milk Alliance is truthful, except for Kyle, when they say they want to play with people who are playing the right way and not sneaking around and not backstabbing, then Mitch hasn't done any of that yet, and they see Charity and go like, yeah, we want to get rid of her.
Yeah. I think it's just the easiest, at least the resistance. And Chrissy would also be low resistance, but Chrissy's not a threat, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was just that, like, literally everyone. Nobody, like, there was several groups that didn't get together, and they're like, who should we get rid of? And they're all like, oh, Charity. I'm like, I don't know. Like, how she got so scary. But my favorite part was Charity going at the confessional, like, oh, you have to make people like you dumbass, say.
Yeah.
That's the problem. People liked her.
Yeah, because, like, Mary...
No, they didn't. That's not why they didn't vote her out.
I mean, Mitch did.
Yeah. But, the
Like
reason I
almost
think,
everybody has said to the camera that they don't like her.
yeah, if you look at the votes that were cast, you can see it on Wikipedia for the season. They have who voted for whom in each uh, council, each vote. And on this one, it looks like there was. It really does look like the two major alliances both split evenly between the two of them. The Muscle Milk people split votes between Charity and Say. So it really does look like probably next week it's going to be Say's turn. Like they're getting that low hanging fruit before they really have to worry about it. Yeah. She at least she didn't go the Rome route. She laid low by her own admission. And like when she got excited about what her advantage was, she screamed out loud and then immediately was like, "Oh, sorry." I like that little adaptation on her part.
Charity looked rightly annoyed.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would be annoyed just because it's a sudden loud noise, but I completely concur with her. Like, oh my god, I have a much better chance at this immunity challenge. Which, in fairness, she didn't really have that much of a better chance. It was a pretty grueling first half, but I don't think that was too much of an issue. Anyway, like being fatigued from that isn't going to stop you from holding the poll up the way that they did. But yeah, that, and then also I'm definitely guaranteed a feast. Hell yeah, dude! I am. Why wouldn't I be excited for that?
That's more what it is. You're guaranteed the feast.
Yeah.
That seems like a bigger deal.
Feast.
Yeah, she had to come back and brag about everything she ate.
Well,
that's just
sure
Say
that
being
they
Say.
were. Yeah, and honestly, I got a kick out of that, especially the way she was describing it, and then just the way that people were looking. Like Mitch was staring dead at the camera, like Jim from The Office. Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved that.
My absolute favorite moment of the episode was also a Say moment when they had the confessionals back to back, and Say was like, "I cannot wait to see Mary again. I can't wait to give her a hug. I miss her so much. She was my favorite thing in my whole Survivor experience." Cut to Mary. Mary's like, "Oh fuck, Say's coming. God damn it."
Say, you're never going to listen to this, but if you do, I want you to know you're great TV.
She is.
Yeah, good, great TV. You should be the pride of Philadelphia right now.
I mean, she's a great character in a way that's not negative or hard to watch, right? Like you get characters like Banu who take over an episode or three, and you just hate every minute of it. And then you also get characters like Q, who are not good players, but somehow end up driving the game a little bit for no good fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like Say is not either one of those. Say is fun to watch. She's good television. She's a big character in the game, and she's not
good at it.
No, she's not. She's not like overplaying her position. I think she knows she's not in like a power position.
Trying to. She definitely does not know that. She clearly thinks she's on top.
Well, she's not going to after this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was funny when they did get back, though, and Mitch and... Who was the other one that was back? No, Mitch and... Yeah, I don't know. Somebody was like, "Oh, and you voted wrong. You made the wrong vote, Mitch." Like, you made the right vote. Like, that was the plan, was Say. Like, Cedric did you a solid, and you're pissed at him.
Say said, "Oh yeah, you made the wrong vote," and then he was smart enough to say, "I was bamboozled. Bianca tricked me," and it's just like, okay, but like she's not mad at Mitch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So Mitch played it well. I like Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch is really, really good at this game.
Yeah, he has really big ears too, which is like, I think it's endearing. I say it not derogatorily. I like his big old jug handle ears.
I think he's getting underestimated because of his speech impediment, and that's to the detriment of everybody on that island.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. You know who's really growing on me though? This in the previous episode, got back to 0, and now really starting to like Star. She's really climbing. She has a personality now. She has a sense of humor. She's not causing conflict with people unnecessarily. She gave Cedric that pep talk, and even like before she knew, like before she started as a pep talk, when she was just like, Ceddy, Ceddy. I was just like, oh, that's just like a nice kind of like, oh, now that she's not like, now that the game's going and she's comfortable in it, I like her a lot.
And I do think, in hindsight, her giving the idol to Eva was not a bad play. It makes her look. It makes her look like a good person. Makes her look stand up, honest. So she's going to be in with that like play honest integrity crowd. And the only reason Eva got heat this episode is because she was holding an idol.
Yeah.
And like that's heat that Star didn't get.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a good point. It could definitely come back to bite her in the ass if people try and blindside Eva, but she survives and Star ends up being the one voted out. That could definitely happen. But I think you are right in that everyone knows she has it, and it's like the player last season who ended up playing it. The BET presenter, maybe it was the season before that. I'm blanking out her name, but she had a couple of idols, and she's just like, and people knew she had it, and it became a matter of, am I going to play it on time? And then she didn't.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't have to worry about that because now everyone's focusing on Eva for having an idol, and will she play it on the right time? And meanwhile, Star can just kind of like fade into the background.
I did find it entertaining where it was like, I think Eva has an idol, like it's some kind of secret. Like, okay, the entire fucking tribe knew.
Yeah.
Like it's you've got to consider that public knowledge. And I like how Star was like, I don't know that Eva has it. Like, Star, what are you doing? That is the easiest fact check this season has seen.
Oh, yeah, and that was another thing that actually really endeared me to Star when Chrissy's trying to sow chaos and tells her you should definitely ask for the idol back or whatever. Yeah, actually, that's exactly what she said. Star was like, "Oh, okay," and then she immediately went and told them, "Hey, she's trying to get me to get that idol back." Blah 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 blah. Like that is a kind of loyalty or openness that she didn't have in the first 6 days of the season that I think she learned once she kind of got the feel for the tribe and realized, oh, people are, this is people, a season where honesty is going to be appreciated. So I'm going to reciprocate that instead of keeping it hidden.
Was it Charity or Chrissy who told her?
It was Charity. Did I say Chrissy?
Yeah, you said Chrissy. I think it was Charity.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that was wrong of me.
So I looked it up. A gallon of milk, a gallon of whole milk, not chocolate milk, just whole milk, is 2,374 calories.
Oh, God.
And I know these guys have tons of muscle, so they're burning through the calories, obviously, right? But, like, Jesus Christ, that is...
What about... My question is, what about the calcium? Because that doesn't come out of your body as quickly. Like, it will come out. But, like, if you drink too much milk, you will get calcium deposits throughout your body.
I mean, maybe they're not muscle. Maybe they're swelling with calcium.
Ugh.
Brian?
I don't know why you would hear that and think about the calories of the calcium. That is way too much fucking dairy. I would have to be fucking walking around with a colostomy bag if I drank a fucking gallon a day. That's crazy.
That's the if they drink it so much, their body like, okay, they're not going to develop a lactose intolerance, right?
They're extremely lactose tolerant. They're lactose progressive.
I like how Shaheen was like, well, I mean, if it results in these pecs, I guess it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Shaheen just being straight up and honest, like, man, that is a handsome man.
I like his comments about go with pecs.
Yeah, he said immaculate pecs.
Yeah.
I do think David is trying his best to be endearing to the people. I think that's where David's playing the hardest is he's endearing to the people on the beach, but he says some really unlikable shit in confessional.
Yeah.
When he was talking about like getting all the buff people together, he said something like, let's get somebody on the podium who deserves to be there. Like, I mean, by the virtue of the game, the person who wins is the one who deserved it the most. right? Like, that's just how the game is structured. I don't know. And I'm of that philosophy. Like, you are what your record says you are. Like, you can be a quote-unquote better team than your record, but that's your record. It doesn't matter what you think your talents are or who you think the best player was. That's the one who won. They played the best game they needed to play for that season. And all the quote-unquote better players who got voted out before that overplayed or underplayed or misplayed what they had in the game. And, like, very little does somebody who is deserving to be up there get voted out by pure happenstance. Like, they are there because they made a mistake, and their mistake might have been being too good. And that is a genuine mistake that people make.
I like what you said very rarely, because I know you're thinking about 3.
Yes. there are those times where people just get completely fucked by advantages and all that kind of shit. Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
But hey, she won the season of the Traitors, and that's good enough.
Yep, there you go. Everybody now knows how good she is. Just didn't happen on Survivor.
Yeah, hey, whatever, as long as you get it. I'm trying to think what else there was really in this episode. Like, I can see where the alliances are starting to form up. I think there's some volatility, and if I'm really looking forward to when Kyle has to make a decision about Camilla. I think he will side with her, but then the fallout from that's going to be exciting. Or, well, not exciting, you know what I mean. Like, that's going to be some good-sized chaos, so yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good breaking point. I do appreciate that going into this merge, even though there's like 6 Siva, and then like Logi and Vula are kind of not what they once were. They're kind of broken compared to Siva. I didn't go into this thinking like, oh, it's going to be like, who said, I think Chris is the only one who said Siva strong, right?
Yeah, well,
like Mitch was there, Charity, Camilla, I think was in on that conversation, but wasn't like, devoted to it.
She's the Chris.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I like, but Chrissy's the only one who said it, but Mitch definitely was like signed on and endorsed, and I got the impression that Charity thought it was a done deal as well. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Camilla and Kyle were just like, sure, wink.
Yeah, I appreciate that there's going into the merge. There are established cross-tribal alliances that are bearing out the way that they, because a lot of times people say like, oh yeah, old Siva's dead, we're all about the new blood. And like, no, it's bullshit. Like, we know it's bullshit. You're just saying that to sway people in tribal. Like, but this, I genuinely believe like Camilla and Kyle and Joe and Shaheen are kind of a thing. And I genuinely believe that Joe and David are kind of a thing.
Yeah. I kind of like that Joe and David immediately got along.
Yeah. And Star and Eva are a thing too, which is not something I would have seen episode 1 or 2.
No. Like I said, she needed to get the lay of the land, feel a little bit more comfortable, and then also find out why she was getting a weird vibe off of Eva.
Yeah, I mean, I think go. You finish.
No, she got all that. So now she's like, hell yeah, dude, we're in. We're together. I understand where that vibe came from, and it's not like you're being aggressive towards me or giving me the cold shoulder. You legitimately don't know like if I'm, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm she's in on it. I'm good. I like her.
Yeah, I think I don't remember if I read it on Reddit or if it was on a podcast or something I listened to, but somebody said something along the lines of, everybody on Survivor is there for a reason. Like, they have a story. Like, casting department chose these people, right? Because they thought they would be interesting television one way or another, right? And I think Star in the early part of the game was navigating her relationships the way she would navigate them at home, right? Like, oh, Eva said something kind of weird to me in that way, and like when I'm in the office and somebody says something kind of weird to me that way, I have this kind of defensive reaction, right? But like, when you're on Survivor, whenever you get a weird interaction, you have to assume there is some establishing story in this person's life that gives them the interactions the way. Like, everybody here is going to have a strong character background.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be like, oh, I grew up, I work a random job, and now I'm here. Like, no, these people are characters one way or another. And I think when Eva shared her story, I think that's when Star was like, oh, okay, everybody here is a little special, and I'm not special in this context because everybody here is special, and so I need to reframe how I think about these people.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I liked about when she was talking to Cedric. Like, she was able to explain to him, look, you're not doing as well as you thought you are, and you're used to being the person who always does the best. That's okay. You're doing the best you can. And it's like, yeah. Like, she correctly identified, you're a surgeon. You're a winner in the real world. It's okay.
Yeah.
Was I wrong? Like,
Often.
I thought I saw somewhere that she was in the WNBA at some point.
I had mentioned, I think she was on,
Okay.
or in a,
So she was.
yeah, Star, Survivor, 48. Let me see. Let me get those details. It was mentioned in one of her things, but I don't have the exact details. So let me go look that up while you vamp.
Yeah, the only reason I ask is because I got curious about that. You know, they list her as sales expert, and I figured, well, maybe she no longer plays, but then also she's young, and so I checked the list of the cast members for this season on the Wikipedia, and you know, had she been in the WNBA, I figured she would probably have her own page. It would have her stats and things like that, but I didn't see that, so now I'm doubting it. Like maybe she
University
was
of South Carolina.
Oh, she's from USC? Wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. USC is Southern California.
Yeah, she's not a
Carolina.
Yeah, she's not a Gamecock either. She's a Pacer.
I thought that was Indiana.
that yes, that is the professional NBA team.
Oh, okay. All right, I get it.
Oh man, yeah. Or she was scouted by the WNBA. I know she
rebounds a game.
I know she has a WNBA connection, but now that I'm trying to look it up, I cannot figure out what it is.
Maybe she was drafted but didn't make the team or something,
Yeah.
which is still 10 times more athletic than I will ever be. And so when I say, yeah, I just want to be clear that I'm not saying, oh, you were in the WNBA. It's like, yeah, no, the WNBA is a legit sport.
Yeah.
Every single one of them could dunk on me so badly. So she is also a very muscly person. So I'm surprised that she is not. Oh no, she has made her way in an inroad with the muscle people.
Was she part of their group? Who's the core group of the muscle people? It's David, Joe, Shaheen, Kyle, Eva.
Yeah, that's the core, but she is on the outside. Like, she went to talk to Eva, and I believe Joe was there. I know there was another member of the Alliance that was there. I think it was Joe. But she went and talked to both of them and is working alongside them, vote notwithstanding, because, as I said, people's votes were all over the place.
Yeah. And anytime you get a 5-person alliance, half of them are going to have hanger-ons who are kind of in the alliance with them. You know, like, even if Eva wasn't in the alliance, Eva's connected to Joe, and she's going to be there.
Yeah. They are, like, Star is currently their +1.
Yeah.
Star and Camilla, come to think of it, they are +1s. Now, that sounds very dismissive. I know that Camilla at least is playing a very aggressive game, but she's playing it low key aggressive. You know what I mean? So she's not a +1. But Star, unfortunately, I think she may have dug herself a little bit too much of a hole to begin with. But maybe she can win a couple immunities or do something, just stick around a little bit, and that'll get her to the point where she can worm her way into the core. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
Brian, you got anything we didn't say?
I was doubling down on being a douchebag.
Who?
Joe.
How so?
Douchebag. I fucking hate that guy. This goddamn thing in the confessional. No other player would help out another player like I did. I am the greatest person on earth. Fucking made her episode about himself. What a fucking douchebag.
You know, there's something you said about making somebody else's thing your story.
I mean, listen, they ask him, what did you, like, you got to understand that how a confessional works. They ask you all kinds of questions, and then they only put the part in there that, you know what I mean? Like, I guarantee you he was talking about her, and then they just kind of put in the part where he's talking about himself. Like, I don't think he's trying to make it him. I think the editing is trying to give you a little bit more context.
Okay, fine, but you still don't have to be like, I'm the greatest person because I helped her and nobody else would have done. Yes, they fucking would have. Because you happened to be on her first tribe. That's why it was you.
I
You
mean,
would have picked somebody else if it wasn't him. Like,
the trick to that, Brian, I think the rub in what you're trying to stay here is that when she was having her episode and she became ungrounded, everybody in her tribe was trying to help her, right? They were talking her up, saying, "Hey, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're fine, everything's okay." But Joe was the only one who knew what was actually happening and could help in that way because he's the only one she told, right? So it's I think the rub is that like it's not that nobody else was going to help her. They were trying their best, but they didn't have the context he had. So it's not that he was so much so much more.
He said it.
Yeah, it's not that he's so much more valiant than everybody else. It's just that he had more information to act on than they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm convinced if David knew, I mean, I don't think David's a great dude, but David would have done something. You know? Star would have done something. Yeah.
Well, at that point, I don't think Star would have. Remember, they didn't make up until after that.
Yeah, but they made up because Star learned her story. I think if Star learns her story beforehand, I mean, who knows? It's all shoulda, woulda, coulda. But I mean, there's plenty of instances of previous seasons where players have helped other players. Like Kenzie, when she won her season and beat Charlie, there was that other player who was having night terrors constantly, right? And Kenzie was helping him out all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So for Joe to be like, you know, it's a whole new thing of Survivor, we're going to bring in human emotions or whatever. Like, no, I mean, they've been there the whole time. Like, a previous winner probably won because she was a human for her tribe mate. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think a big part of Kenzie's win was doing that for him.
Ben still voted for Charlie.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if I'm on that beach and you vote me out, and I got to choose between people, like that would sway me, like knowing that he was genuinely in trouble and she sacrificed potentially her position in the game to be a human being. Like that says something. That says something about character,
Also, the idea that prior to this, you weren't allowed to cross over to the other tribe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Jeff had to make an exception to the rules and explicitly state to the audience, normally this is not allowed. So there is a little bit of that. So anyway, is there anything else?
Brian, go.
I don't think I know if I like anybody. Normally by this time I'm like, this is one person. I like them. I want them to win. I think right now my front person is Eva, but I'm not sure if it's anything she's doing or just because she's cute and plays hockey.
I mean, I don't know much about her gameplay because it's in the context of another person that we mostly see her. But I'm kind of standing Mary this season. She's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Mary's fun.
Yeah, I think Mary's my second one.
And Mary, go, Brian.
I've got nothing against Mitch, but
right,
yeah,
I feel like
awesome
I feel like Mary is sneaky, incredible at challenges. And she's just not showing it because there's somewhere she's not as good. But like the table maze last episode, she just walks up, boom, boom, bang, bang, done. Like does it in one shot, right? And this episode, the thing like going through the mud, she just like flung her body through there faster than anybody. Yeah. There's some things that she just does insanely well in this game.
Her face was completely clean too, which was really kind of impressive.
Yeah.
There's nobody right now who I'm like, this person must win. But number one, there's nobody who I'm like, I don't want this person to win at all. And number two, I would actually like to see that's the reason there's no one where I'm like, yeah, go this person is because I kind of like everyone.
I mean, go.
I think I've made it clear that I definitely don't want Joe or
Faye
to win.
You made yourself clear. Yeah, no.
I mean, I feel like Camilla. There's some players that I want to see what they do, right? Like players that have played a game that's been fun to watch, but they haven't done anything. Like this thing, we're at the merge now, where we're going to see what kind of moves these players do want to make to define their season and differentiate themselves from other people. Camilla's one of those people for me. Camilla's like, I want to be a Chaos Goblin, and I'm going to lie and cheat my way through this game. And I'm like, you did one awesome thing with Kyle. Can I see what you do now in the merge, right? Like, I want to see what Camilla does now. I want to see Mary and try to distance herself and like what the kind of game she wants to play. So there's people I want to see and people I am kind of rooting for. But there's nobody that's like, man, I really want this person to win. That's true.
Yeah. Right now, there's a couple people who I like a little bit more, and a couple people I like a little bit less. But I still basically like everyone, so that's why I can't. It's a 12-way tie at this juncture, more or less. So yeah.
All right. Fantasy?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. We did not have any bets resolved this week, but I am out of 2 bets, basically. We had our episode number bet. We had How Long Till an Exciting New Twist. I had episode 6. It did not happen. So I'm out of that one. The only person left in the How Long Till an Exciting New Twist bet is Brian, who said 0. So long as there continues to be no big twist this season, Brian's going to get 10 points. I had the Drop Your Buffs bet. I don't think he's going to do it again next episode. So I'm out of that. I had episode 7 for the Drop Your Buffs. And nobody had charity in any of these, which is interesting. Nobody had charity for the touchy-feely, then I had McFriends, the $1 million blah, blah. And Charity did say $1 million line this episode. What did she say? I wrote it down.
She said it multiple times.
Yeah, she said we came here for $1 million. There was a couple times where she said million this, million that. Yeah. But if you want to see what other bets we have, you can go to WOOOOO On the left, there's a link that says fantasy. You click on that, it has all of that along with our scoring. Speaking of scoring, Brian, you came in the week with last, and you had charity. So that's 0. But you're 1 away from a turkey now. If you pick somebody up and they get voted out, then you've got the turkey, and that's 3 points. You also had Eva and Shaheen, who did nothing but survive. They didn't win anything. So that is unfortunately only 2 points onto your 27, giving you 29. Nick, you came in the week in second place with 29 points. And you had Camilla, Mary, and David. All of them got you 3 points because all 3 of them were on the group that won the reward challenge. So that is 9 onto your 29, giving you 38. That's a pretty good showing. I came in the week with 56 points, and I had Mitch, Kyle, and Say. Mitch got me 1 point because all I did was survive. Kyle got me 5 points because he won the reward and the individual immunity. And Say got me 6. Oh, I miscounted. Say got me 7 because she got that advantage, survived tribal council, and survived 5 votes. So that is
8, Andy. You're so wrong.
Oh yeah, 8. So that is 14. Oh, the math on top was right, just not that one. So that's 14 onto my 56, giving me 70. So it's me with 70, Nick with 38, and Brian with 29.
Yeah, shut up.
Brian, do you want to replace Charity or just want to fold?
Yeah, I'm fucking done. Man, remember last week I specifically fucking picked her up because I was like, nobody cares about her. They'll like we can. God damn it.
Available players are Cedric, Chrissy, Star, and Joe.
That's not true. I picked up Shaheen last week, didn't I? I don't know who the hell I picked up. Whatever. Anyway, geez.
None of them have anything.
Chrissy, I guess.
All right, let's do it.
Let me check who is on my team right now because like I said, I like Star.
Your team is Camilla, Mary, and David.
Boy. Oh, God. No, I guess I'm going to stick. Damn, that's hard. Okay, my thought process, Camille, like David, big, strong boy. He stands a good chance. Also, he might say something that becomes the title. Camilla, I think she's in the game for the long haul, so I want to keep her. Mary, sneaky good pick. So I only have room for 3 people, and yeah. So I as much as I like Star and want Star, I think I have the best 3 scorers I can get right now. Yeah, all right, I'm staying.
All right, I've got Mitch, Kyle, and Say. I mean, it's going to be Say someday, but until then, I'm going to keep her. It's the same reason I think Brian won the season with Q, because Brian had Q, and Q just kept getting fucking boatloads of points.
Yeah.
Because it kept getting 3 or 4 votes and never getting voted out. So I guess I'm going to ride the Say wave. Kyle, I like. Kyle's great in challenges, and Mitch is cool too. I think Mitch is also going to go long in the game.
If there was if I were IU, I think that Star is Mitch with a little bit more upside. Like, I don't really see Mitch winning an immunity challenge, but I could see her doing it.
I don't know. I don't know if I see. Yeah, Star could. There's going to be those challenges later in the season that are a lot of like balance and concentration, and I think Mitch will have a better shot at those. He's
fair.
a good challenge player, but the problem is there's so many super buff guys this season.
Yeah.
You know, like I think there's probably 4 guys ahead of Mitch, but that doesn't mean Mitch isn't good at challenges. I think he's just like, this is a stacked
Yeah.
male showing.
This season is for the ladies. Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Well,
it'd be
you're gonna
cool
stick
if CBS could not pop up spoilers on my phone.
with.
It
Yeah.
fucking popped up and said, and there was a big picture of Charity. I'm like, God damn it!
Honestly, that's why I have turned off so many alerts and notifications and everything. I just don't care, and I don't want it to take my time. And yesterday, I turned on my TV, and it told me, hey, you need to accept our privacy policy and our data sharing. Otherwise, you won't get to use any of our services. I'm like, you're a TV, dude.
Yeah.
You just turn off and on. Volume should work as well. I don't need your services. And so now it's funny anytime I turn it on, there's a pop-up saying, click here and you'll start getting personalized and popular suggestions. I'm like, I don't want any of that. Fuck you.
Yeah, I bought a new TV a couple of years ago, and it was my first like quote unquote TV with smart features.
Yeah.
And like now I turn it on and it loads up into this Androidish interface. And the first thing I do after I turn it on is switch it to HDMI because I have an AV receiver. And it's just like, can you just, and there's no option. There's no option anywhere for it to boot into HDMI. It has to boot into that stupid Android thing. And it's just like, it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I hate it. It's the dumbest thing in the world. It's like, I just want to turn on my PlayStation or my Steam Deck and have it load. I don't want to have to hit exit. I don't want to have to hit input, switch it around. Now at least it's just like, instead of showing me a whole bunch of shows that I can watch on Tubi, it's just a blank screen saying, click here for suggestions. I'm like, I don't want suggestions.
Yeah.
I don't want you spoiling me. I don't want you making decisions. I don't need you.
It's even more annoying as a parent too, because like when you turn the TV on, it loads in that shitty Android interface and it brings up YouTube and YouTube Kids. And my kids have learned that if they turn the TV on, they can go in there and watch whatever the fuck they want, and it doesn't count towards their, like, I have parental controls and screen limits on my devices, blah 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 blah, like a responsible parent would. But my kids know if they turn on the TV, they can get around all that bullshit and just watch whatever they want. And like, it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
And there's no goddamn reason for it.
Yeah, there's no upside. Like, you can watch Netflix on it. It's like, I already can watch Netflix on it. I watch it. Like, I don't mind. Honestly, I don't really care that much about the data. Like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, I know when I watch Netflix on my PlayStation, I know Sony's collecting that data. I know Netflix is collecting that data. I don't care that much because at least they are giving me a service. You know what I mean? But like, my TV is not giving me a service that something else isn't already doing. So just turn the frig on, man. Yeah, I don't need it. Okay. Anyway, that's the end of our rants. So
Survivor and otherwise.
Device first, because usually, like, if you turn on the PlayStation first and then turn on the TV, and it goes straight to the PlayStation.
Nope.
That's what this one does.
Not on mine.
It's fucking annoying.
I don't know what kind of. I have
Sometimes it doesn't do it right. But.
Yeah. No, it's really dumb. And like half the time with the Steam Deck, what I have to do is turn it on, switch it to HDMI 1, wait for it to go to the like the screensaver screen, and then turn on the Steam Deck. Because if I do it in any other combination, it's not going to load properly, and then I'll have to unplug the Steam Deck so that I can see it, like see the actual desktop stuff, reboot it, plug it back in, and let it load up that way. It is so frustrating and annoying. Nothing makes me feel like a boomer more than this stupid ass TV with all the features I didn't ask for. Yeah. All right, anyway, that's enough for that. So we will see everyone next week, and just think about something that is quote-unquote convenient for you that you hate. Like Ticketmaster with its convenience fees for being the only way that you can order
Nothing convenient about it.
Yeah, nothing convenient about it. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Yeah, oh my God, that's